Welcome back to Cycling Stories. Today's episode will be on gravel road cycling, formerly known as cyclocross racing. And we will be featuring some of the events that took place back in '03 or 2000 to 2003. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and here we go. We will feature. And here we are. So we are here, and some of the features here is we were racing for Ritchie Bicycles, and Ritchie is a famous Northern California pioneer mountain bike engineer who made one of the first production mountain bikes in 1982. That bike retailed for about $800, which was crazy expensive for a bicycle back in the time of 1982. Moving forward, by 1990, mountain biking was a mainstream sport, and BMX was kind of falling off to freestyle and dirt jumping. I put in my resume, and I ended up getting a mountain bike sponsor. Well, that mountain bike sponsor led to doing what was at the time called cyclocross racing, and to make it simple for everyone listening, it's basically a 10-speed bicycle with knobby tires, or bigger tires, or tires that can handle the off-road or gravel roads. So imagine a mountain bike course or a mountain bike trail that's been condensed into 1.5 miles. And the pros do 5 laps and the amateurs do 3 laps. So anyway, the race generally starts off, let's just say this picture is practice. And then after practice, like most tournaments, you sit around and wait. So here we are sitting around and waiting for your start time. And a little background on that. Yes, I was racing pro. And so it was an age group at the time. This is the pro category, which they call category A. And then the race takes off, and you take off. And there we are. So here we go, leading everyone out. Once again, 5 laps, 1.5 mile course. And usually they have what's called like a first jump or a first obstacle. Well, being from BMX, I decided to bunny hop it. So that was the significance of having an off-road guy there versus everyone else getting off the bike. But I'll let you know real quick, you can only bunny hop that for maybe the first 2 laps. And by then, your lungs kick in, and then you go, oh, snap. And then you end up doing this, running with the bike and carrying it over the barriers. And so anyway, this is how the race progresses. Dry race turns into a mud race sometimes, and that's why they call it gravel road racing. Once again, a little closer look at the tires. Most people watching the video will know that the sport has graduated into what is still called gravel racing. So here we go again, running over the barriers, because once again, by the time you get tired and out of breath, you're not bunny hopping anything. So yeah, so there we go. Gravel road racing. In its early days. Once again, another carryover shot. And so this is basically kind of covering one weekend of this type of racing. So specs on myself, 6 feet, 192 pounds. A little heavy for the sport, but I wasn't really trying to be a World Cup champ. It was, I was on the national team, and that's about all I could do at the body weight that I was carrying. A good rider in this sport's not going to weigh more than about 172. So yeah, so yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much what it looks like as we continue through. And this was a finish line shot. So this particular tournament, the significance of the wheelie, sad to say, was I went from leading the race, the local pro race, and then I ended up getting a front flat and finishing 13th. So that wasn't a very good weekend. But anyway, I was still the crowd favorite doing a wheelie across the line, basically flatting out of the last turn, and then finishing out. We got some other pictures coming up, just some single shots, more mud race shots, which are cool. It kind of just gives you a little more in detail how intense this racing really is. Once again, being a 1.5 mile course, what that means is it takes about 6 minutes a lap, and so that can get pretty tiring. So some of these pictures are repeats, but still, you know, better to have the pictures than not to have them. Everybody tells a story and doesn't have any pictures to back it up, so I'm just trying to be a little bit different. And then once again, the finish line shot. So went from first place to finishing 13th place at one of the Northern California Championship tournaments. So anyway, in my mind, I still won, because when you get a flat tire coming out of the last turn, you know, I think I put in the work. So anyway, thanks for chiming into gravel road racing, and we'll see you at the next picture story.